Oh yes, finally. Nowhere left for you to run, my prey. Looks like that tree blocks your only path of escape. How unfortunate for you. Our little game ends here, my darling. You thought that you could run forever, but you've run yourself straight into my trap. Prepare to meet your fate. I'm gonna enjoy every last second of this. What? Why are you staring at me like that? I just freed your path. Aren't you gonna, start running away, screaming bloody murder over the sound of my chainsaw? What do you expect from me? You know how this whole situation is supposed to go. You, the attractive lady. Me, the crazed psychopath with the chainsaw. Surely they gave you the script for this. Oh no, my darling. It would be such a boring production if I tore you to pieces straight away. Come on, you know we have to build some tension first. That's how it works. You were doing so well up until this point. Hell, if I didn't know any better, I would have thought your fear was genuine. You're such a talented individual. You work so perfectly, especially for this role. What are you talking about, silly? Ah, wait a minute. I see. You're genius. You're so dedicated to this role that you've been method acting this whole time, even during the cuts. Wow, I'm in the works with a true professional. Really, it is such an honor to meet you. I know we haven't had any time to speak throughout this whole set. I guess that's because the director wants a more genuine reaction out of everyone. I can understand that, but surely it wouldn't hurt to get to know each other just a little bit. Especially right now. I think we have some time before the next scene starts. You wanna take a break for a bit? Oh, yeah, and I guess I can take off this stupid mask. Much better. It gets so hot under there, even at night like this. Hey, can I give you a hand? Sorry I had to push you down like that. I tried to be gentle, but it still has to look authentic. Wow, even covered in your friend's fake blood, you still look so wonderful. I'd say that's a pretty impressive feat. Oh, yeah, that's right. I mean, your friend's totally real blood. I forgot, she's definitely dead. Come on, let's get out of this old set for a bit. I bet you're tired from all that running around, too. Let's go rest at my trailer for a bit. It's pretty chilly out here, too. I guess that's the big con of filming this time of year. Still beats working out in the middle of the summer heat for sure, as I'm sure you're well aware. Oh, you're shaking, my dear. I'm sorry if I got a little bit too real during that last shot. I never meant to make you, actually scared or anything. I always feel a little bad whenever I play these sorts of roles. I want to put on a good show, of course, but I also don't want to actually make anyone feel scared for their life. I know some try to do that, but for me it just feels wrong. You always have to take into account the well-being of the actors first, right? Glad you agree. I bet you've had your fair share of terrible directors before, huh? That can sure make the whole career feel like a massive pain in the ass, right? Then again, when you get a really good director, it makes everything worthwhile. So far, I think this one's shaping out to be pretty good. Although we are still pretty early. So I guess we'll see. Yeah, I haven't really seen the director either. That's probably why it's going so smoothly. I don't know about you, but I'm more than all right with that. In the last film I worked on, they kept insisting on using real blood. Never mind all the health and safety violations, but where exactly did they get this supposed real blood? I never quite got a straight answer. Maybe it's best not to ask too many questions, but, well, curiosity. You know how it is, darling. Ah, here we are. After you, my dear. They gave me a decent one this time, seeing as how being a chainsaw-wielding psychopath is actually quite a physically demanding role. Please, feel free to sit wherever you'd like. Wonderful. Can I get you anything? I have a bit of tea I can make. I find that helps to slow the heart rate after a long day of chopping up tourists. I reckon it would work just as well on my starring lady. Excellent choice, my dear. I'll get started on that right away. It's actually so nice to finally talk to you. Now, don't get me wrong, as much as I enjoy chasing around strangers while laughing maniacally, it's always nice to actually have a chat with my victims. Just like this, really. I know I mentioned it before, but really, you are quite a delight to look at. Covered in dried blood or not, for that matter. Thanks. I know the old mask might not exactly bring out my best features, but I like to think a stapled-together forehead is pretty close. I told you to be quiet. Oh, it's just the tea, Whew. I thought that was the sound of my victims under the floor. Nothing. Just trying to keep in character is all. Now, let me pour you a cup. There you are. Oh, hold on. It appears you have a small bit of intestine on your lip. Let me get that for you. My, how far just a little wiping on the face can go. Those lips, they look good enough to taste. Oh, I hope this doesn't ruin our working relationship too much. Let's just say it was practice for your next role. That sounds about right to me. I may be a lady killer in more ways than you realize. How could I not go there? The irony of this whole situation isn't lost on me, you know. In fact, I'm almost a bit surprised you're not more concerned with these events. It's not like you should be or anything. You know. I know we're both just playing a role and whatnot. Yes, of course. I just find it so amusing that the person I was terrorizing just an hour ago is now having tea and a chat with me. Even a little kiss. Ah, yes, the duality of a human being. Are you all right, my dear? Oh, that shoulder has been bothering you now, has it? I do hope I wasn't the cause of that. Even if not directly, I still feel a sense of responsibility. You have been put through so much stress these past few days. Allow me to take some of the pressure off. I'm not exactly a licensed masseuse, but practicing on corpses may have given me a little bit of training. Dummies, of course. Here, darling. Lean back into me for a bit. Oh, almost as tense as a body in rigor mortis. Nowhere near as cold, though. Don't worry. My hands can help you out with that. There we are. Just a little bit of progress at a time. Soon you'll be feeling good as new, darling. I do hope I'm not impeding your acting skills by doing this. I wouldn't want your performance to suffer all because of my silly ideas. But you deserve to be comforted too. I guess I'll just have to ramp up my scares for next time. I hope it's nothing personal. We can come back here afterwards and do this again if it's of any comfort to you. That's so good to hear, my dear. I know how hard it can be to separate work from life sometimes, especially with how dedicated you are and everything. I just hope that our little meeting can let us know each other a little bit better. And I think it has. Well, looks like we should start heading back to the set now. By now, I'm sure they've gotten everything set up for the next scene. Hey, listen. Since we've got to know each other a little bit better, I'm gonna give you 5 to be polite. That is, 5 seconds to start hauling your ass out of here. I seriously can't fathom how you actually believed me when I said this was a movie. That's just too precious. Your move, prey. Yo, 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 yo. Put your thumb in my butt, I'm gonna nut right and smut every day while I cut these fucking onions. What the fuck am I doing with my life, man?